Hey, welcome to Megamind Genetics. Today is April 15th. Wanted to give a quick update on some of the hybrids I've been working on and kind of show you where they came from as well. I started this Reaper's Rose plant back on March 1st. It germinated within about 6 days, and this is where it's at now, as of April 15th. These bad boys germinated on March 19th, and I want to say it's almost 30 days have passed, and you can see where they're at now. This Reaper's Rose is a product of a Carolina Reaper and a Chiro Rosa plant. The purpose of this was to try to breed a little bit more pest resistance. I'm here in Southern California, zone 10A, and we have a pretty bad aphid infestation here. So I went ahead and took, I want to say 40 plants last year, grew them to figure out which ones would actually do well against the aphid pressure out here. And I went ahead and used those for my crosses for this next couple years. So the Carolina Reaper and the Cherry Rosa did the best last year, obviously. So I went ahead and crossed those. I know the anthocyanin also gives plants a little bit more of a resistance to sunlight. And in California, we have pretty intense sunlight, especially in SoCal, with 95-degree to 105-degree days. So I figured that might be a little bit of a help for the plant itself. The plants have been pretty vigorous. They have produced extremely well, and their pollination percentage is very high as well. So that's the Reaper's Rose. This is an F2 plant. We're in the process of stabilizing this now with a couple other growers from the Pepper Lovers group. Here's a regular old Carolina Reaper. You can tell just by the leaves, it's a little bit different, right? The construction is much taller as well. You can see the separation between the internodes, right? With the Jay's Peach Ghost Scorpion, you can really tell, at least for me, I can tell the Jay's Peach Ghost amongst my other plants just by the leaves itself. You can see how long the stems are on the leaves. You can also see how compact it grows between each leaf node, right? Compared to, say, for example, the Carolina Reaper or the Reaper's Rose. And you can just see how they're not nearly as compact as this one, right? So, with that being said, I went ahead and investigated these, and I realized the same thing. The leaf growth is very, very compact. Now, some of the leaves have the same characteristics, say, for example, as like the Carolina Reaper. And that makes sense because it's the Reaper's Rose mother, right? But again, they all have a little bit of anthocyanin showing in the stems, except for, let's say, except for like one, which is this bad boy. Not much anthocyanin is showing. Again, that's a proof that there is some genetic variation there. This plant also much smaller than the rest. Could just be a rut, but what I'm noticing the most is that they're very compact in their growth structure. And that's the same thing that goes with the Jay's Peach Ghost Scorpion. I think that might help with higher wind areas, people who want to who have apartment gardens, or even people who have hydroponic systems. It might be a pretty good grow for them because the plant won't get very big. Every Jay's Peach Ghost Scorpion that I've grown so far has only gotten to maybe 3 feet tall. Maybe. I know you can probably get them a little bit bigger, but in a 3 gallon pot, it got about 3 feet tall. And in a 4 inch container like these, I had one get a little bit over 2.5 feet tall. And that's with Seagrow all-purpose water-soluble fertilizer. It is a 16-16-16 fertilizer, but I do dilute it to a quarter strength, and I use a water bath for each of my plants every week. I do water them with that quarter strength fertilizer every other day, roughly. But the water flush is to get rid of any salts or any excess buildup that may be inside the soil while they're in these 4 inch containers. So again, I just wanted to go ahead and show you guys some of the crosses I've been working on. Again, this is a Carolina Reaper, Chiro Rosa, and a Jay's Peach Ghost Scorpion, all crossed together. I'll go ahead and provide updates on this one as it comes. Again, these germinated March 19th. The very first 3 seedlings germinated March 19th. Today is April 15th. This one germinated or hit the soil March 1st, germinated March 6th, and is now April 15th. So clearly there's a difference between the plants, which is good, but let's just hope that it produces good flavor, uh, great colors, and unique looking pepper as well. I'm going to show you guys the mother plant from the F1 for the Reaper's Rose as well, just so you can get an idea of just how much of the Carolina Reaper influence is in these peppers. So here's that Reaper's Rose that I mentioned. You can see I'm working on some other crosses as well. This one is going to end up being culled once I finish getting the crosses. This is a small, I want to say this might have happened just due to low or poor pollination, but it did still take. That's a Reaper's Rose crossed with a chocolate Trinidad Scorpion. And then I have another one here, another Reaper's Rose crossed with a chocolate Trinidad Scorpion pod, much bigger pod, which I'm assuming means that it had a lot better pollination. And you can see all the flowers on this plant as well. It has no problem. This plant was started indoors back in I want to say November of last year. And it's in a 4-inch pot this entire time. It has not stopped flowering. It has not stopped producing indoors. In this tent, it's been between 65 and like 88 degrees over those months. And the humidity is roughly between 35 and 65% throughout the day. It really just depends. But again, very large plant, probably around, out of a 4-inch pot, I mean, it's probably around 2.5 feet tall, maybe more. So just wanted to give you guys an idea of where the mother plant came from and what it kind of looks like. Again, I do appreciate you guys showing up to Megamind Genetics. I'll provide updates every month as much as I can, every hybrid and just the growth progress in general for 2026. Stay tuned for more info. Take care.